All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you had a wonderful evening. The first day back was not a disappointment, and I think we brought back the bullishness.
Not a disappointment.
Hi. There you go. That's me
I
on the
think we brought
background.
back
So,
the
oh my
bullishness.
goodness, hi. That took a long time, but we are doing today live by popular demand. But I hope you saw the market today, man. 4% off of the lows from just a couple of days ago. Remember, it was a pretty bad end to last year, even though, it was like both good and bad. The last week was bad, but let me put it this way. Did you guys notice that the Santa rally did not materialize itself? I don't know. Santa was kind of weird. Maybe Santa got affected by inflation or something like that. But the point is, we have a lot. We have data coming out tomorrow with the jobs. I'm going to go over all of that. We're going to talk about what happened with the dollar, the Trump tariff rumor. And honestly, I got a lot of cool, pretty pictures to start out with. And even more so, people are getting worried. So even though we got this little bounce, just to give you, I got a couple of things I need to show you, but like this has been pretty wonky. Don't forget, you're still down from Jerome Powell. I was still the worst Jerome Powell. I didn't forget, even though I took a vacation. I hope you didn't either. Even they snuck in a little data the other day that we're going to go over, but pretty much you got to pull the chart out. Word on the street. I'm going to tell you now, it's been a nice bounce. You're starting off, even Mag 7. Again, if I could get through this watch list too, we're even going to be able to listen to the Nvidia Keynote. Mag 7, Nvidia, it's starting off good, but here's the word on the street, man. You better like the video. People are getting worried that this is reflecting the end of 2022 or the beginning of 22, the end of 21. Last time, Powell pretty much made a U-turn and pivot. Things got a little bit weird, and honestly, if you compare it to the bonds, it makes a lot of sense. We've talked about 5% on the 10-year and things breaking down. I talked about it today. I don't think the market, if once rates start to really break out, I don't think the market's going to go up. If the rates stay within the range, market is free to run. It has proven that from the election and even a little bit before, but if you have what happened in 2022, just take it. It looks exactly the same. If you get the bonds breaking out of this multi-year range and getting really, really bad, then that's going to start affecting equities, and some people are talking about that. So we're going to go over it. Here's actually the chart that relates to all of that. People are talking about the spreads, and this is a comparison of 2021. Last time we had anything like this happen, people got a little bit worried. So we're going to go over that. I got a bunch of pretty pictures. I'll leave this up for a little bit, but hold on, man. I got to say what's up. Oh, yeah, it's a live watch list. So, again, we were live today for the first time, man. It felt really good to be back. They wanted a live watch list. I was down, bro. We had a good day, good gym day. So, what's up, baby? How we living, man? Good evening. What's going on, Chad? What up, William? What up, Tim? What up, Star? How we living? What up, Justin? Oh, good evening, Malcolm King. Gus Gazzo in the house, baby. Kurt Shitzo. What's going on, King Kong in the chart? What up, Dago, Casket, Tyree, baby, Hyder in the house, Scarray, Apple, what's going on? What up, Skittle? What up, Monica? How we doing, Dev? Oh, Lil Kev, Minor, Jesse, oh, you say, what's going on, baby? Oh, my goodness, God bless. There's a lot of you, man. Oh, so we ready to, I missed y'all, you know that, right? Like, oh, man, I missed you guys so much. Today flew by. It's a blessing, bro. So it's a blessing we're here. And I blessings and positivity, bro. I don't really like New Year's like all that time. Because, you should be positive all year, bro. Okay? That's it. And you better expect some good things, dog. I don't even know what to tell you. Oh, I love you, man. God bless you. So, that being said, let's start with the pretty pictures. So, this is something we kind of ended last year with, and I think we should bring back the pretty pictures. So, this spread thing is a little bit confusing. Some people may not get it, but this is what I'm saying. This is from Goldman Sachs, actually. They're the ones talking about a setup that looks like the end of 2021, the beginning of 2022. Powell did the same pivot. The market, Santa rally was kind of muted. If anything, it looks like we're kind of where like here was versus. But the point is, even if you don't understand that chart that I just showed you, I think you could see it very well in the bonds. And pretty much anytime if these spreads do get bad and if all things kind of play out, if we really get a huge policy shift and you're about to get a 2021, 2022 style sell-off, it happens with a 5% 10-year, maybe 6%. I don't know. But the whole point is, I think that alongside of the dollar, you are definitely going to see that. So that's your first pretty picture. The second one, that being said, we're going to have, with all that, That could be the bad news. Good news, you had a pretty decent rally. And the chips, bro, this has been the biggest rally on the 2-day rally on stocks, Friday and today, since pretty much like the end of 2023, even beginning of 2024. So the 1-day rally was like the biggest since September. Pretty decent, but fact of the matter is this Nvidia keynote, and like I'm going to talk about here, and we already said it a little bit, that Mag 7 move to start off the year, it has actually been pretty decent. So there was that, and I don't know, speaking of going up 4%, I don't know if you guys recall, wait, that's not the chart I want to show you. Do you guys remember? Oh, I got to get the wire out of the way. But do you guys remember, I don't know, like a week ago, the market was like cratering and people got a little worried off Powell, right? Yeah. And everybody started running the protection. We even got a little $100 SPY debit spread in there. Well, yeah, guess what? Nobody is scared anymore. And the put to call ratio is now bottomed out again back to like levels of the end of last year. So take that how you please, whether you want to double dip or not, whether what happens to the bonds, Powell, the data. Fact of the matter is, I mean, you are going through a lot of volatility in a very odd way. So I think that one's a very important one to take note of. I actually got another funny one that we're going to end with, but then also China, and we're going to talk a lot about China. There's two different things, but one, I was telling you about the dollar. We are going to talk about the dollar today. Even that Trump tariff rumor, it had a huge effect on the dollar, even if it wasn't true. But right now, to even start off the year, China's been doing pretty bad. The dollar has been very strong, and now it has been the biggest drop on Asian currencies in the last 2 years. 20 years, 2 decades. So in the last 20 years as a whole, the Japanese yen, the yuan, go think about South Korea and what they've been going through, go all through the list of Asian currencies. Like, I think the only other time period, shout out to the economic lessons, if you get any worse from here, let's say the dollar does actually do another crazy rally and we see something like crazy, right? Yeah, then you would, the only other time point of which Asian currencies would probably be as weak would be the East Asian financial crisis. So again, shout out to the economic lessons. And then kind of a recent economic lesson in the midst of our dollar, our bonds. You know, how many times have you heard people talk about our bonds? I feel like it's an important topic. Everybody's worried since Powell and all that, but the chart you're looking at here is a 30-year UK bond, and it's actually getting to the point of like the 90s and the 80s. So last time this happened was literally the Liz Truss debacle. So very interesting. This is what I keep saying when I'm like, yo, man, the dollar is getting nasty, and I don't think people realize it, and I think it materializes in very odd ways. Again, the euro currency has been getting absolutely destroyed, but even their bonds and just what's going on is been pretty bad. So there's that. We're going to jump back here to China real quick. Again, my charts were out of order, but the only other thing is China, they have even just had right now on the CSI 300, this is their worst start to a year. So first like 7 days since 2016. And I find that odd because in 2016, things were a lot worse, but not really because China's been collapsing, but it was a much different scenario. So right now, to start off, remember this China rally, again, the humiliation trade and all these things, China has started off pretty weak to begin the year. So these were all little bits of pretty pictures that I thought I would start out with, give you a different look. But fact of the matter is there is both good and bad brewing here at the beginning of the year. But again, I think the dollar, the bond, and some of that pervasive macro effects from what we're dealing with the politics and all of that, that's pretty wild. And then I'll throw this one in there, because everybody was asking me, did I hear about a virus in China? And like, I know, just like it was 2020. They're like, did you hear about this? And here's the deal. We've heard bird flu. We've heard a lot of things, but go look at the betting odds. People were kind of last week. This one has a lot of volume. Again, there's like Kalshi and Poly Market. These are what the people bet on, but people kind of were getting worried about this at the end of the year, but it's not really there yet. And I don't know, I talked about it a lot on stream, taking a break. I just feel like the last couple weeks showed us nothing really changed. There's a lot of stories. Every day is going to have a story, narrative, even CES today in Nvidia. But fact of the matter is, nothing has really changed. These milestones, expectations, reality, that's what we got to really wait for. But until then, my friends, party on. But that being said now, let's get right into the keys, baby. So to start it off, welcome back, man. I think it was a pretty good first day. The same main themes, that dollar. If you didn't watch yesterday's watch list, I would. That trade-weighted dollar, and like I said already, I think the dollar is a lot stronger than people think so far. Keep your eyes out for that. The dollar, bonds, again, whether or not we hit 5%, even that pressure is affecting things. If the bond rates go higher, it's going to be weird for the market, and literally you have not been any higher since this has started, so we're still kind of playing that game. And then even today, again, and don't forget the excellence humiliation trade, but even today now, the rumor was that right in the morning, it's hilarious because we're talking about it yesterday. We're talking about the dollar and how important it was and how strong it's getting. And then we wake up this morning, there was a rumor all of a sudden that Trump was going to be, he was going to curb his tariffs because he was only going to target specific items. Does that sound familiar? Because I think I told you guys that in November. So this isn't like a groundbreaking idea. This is actually like Tariff 101 in my opinion. Why would you go and target, bad, things that would really hurt you more than help you? If you don't make them, it doesn't make sense. So Washington Post this morning came out with this like report, and they're like, Trump is going to do this and he's going to curb them and only target this and that. They were pretty much saying he was going to be really chill about it. And then shortly thereafter, Donald Trump said on Truth Social that no, that's not true and that everything is free game. I mean, and then other people said he has dry powder now in the negotiations. But long story short, you could get caught up in the news, but all I saw happen was the dollar got demolished. Worst day in months, even though it was fake. The dollar still stayed down. So that's all that I cared about. That's it. It gave you a one-day cooling off of the dollar, and it just shows you how, the tariffs and what we get, expectations and reality. I mean, that's the volatility you guys are going to get moving forward. So I think you got all of that, but again, I don't think it's a coincidence, and watching the dollar move, that's the thing. It was Washington Post, owned by Jeff Bezos, they did not want to endorse Kamala either, so take it how you please, but it was very interesting. And then, like I've said here to start off, just looking at this little Powell drop, don't forget why. Powell was kind of spooky and terrible, and he also made a U-turn to many degrees. But point is, ever since Powell, we got that volatility. You're up now 4% of the lows. Those put-to-call ratios, that thing has plummeted. So you're getting back and forth. I don't know whether or not you feel like you're advancing, but fact of the matter is you're making some wild swings. The VIX may not be crazy. Some things are moving all over, but we are still moving, and I would expect more of this until we get into like February or later. Again, this is why I've been saying the inauguration and as we move forward, why it's going to be so key. So we'll see what happens with bonds, the SPY, all of that, and go from there. But that is key number one. And then key number two, I want you guys to see where my mindset is at, okay? Are you ready? And here it is. For my Canadians, eh? Oh, maple syrup, eh? I'm just kidding. I'm not going to make fun of y'all anymore because Trudeau resigned. So that's a good step in the right direction. I don't think y'all are so nice and friendly. You know that? You guys don't even like give your cops guns. You know that you guys give them like golden stars. And now that, but yeah, I love y'all Canadians. And the point is Trudeau resigned today. But I want you to understand my mindset because this is hilarious. Are you ready? The Canadian currency did not react at all. Yeah, that's hilarious. But it's not. Because we've talked about this, and then it's just like this is highlighting my point that I'm trying to tell you of like literally what is going on right now. So let me pull up where my Canadians at. Oh, I pulled up the Chinese currency. That's a funny joke. I didn't even mean to, but yeah. So like, dude, it's strengthened. Like, what the hell is happening? That makes no damn sense, bro. If anything, it was a good reaction, but I'm telling you, like, if it was a very minimal, you had a bigger reaction on the currency based off of a fake headline from Washington Post rather than your damn president of like, 10 years or something leaving? And yeah, why? Because the Canadian dollar has already been collapsed. So here's the chart. But again, this was all from the morning and the WAPO stuff. Even when he resigned, it actually got like, it didn't react, man. So yeah, you could say that people didn't like Trudeau, but I'm blaming the dollar and just, again, why we started with some of this other stuff. Go look at the euro, the pound. Go look all around the world, even the Asian currencies. everybody is doing very bad. And ever since Trump won, they all started to do that front run. Remember, we talked about that being a possible scenario where if Trump wins, a lot of these other countries are going to start moving their currencies to start anticipating the big bad wolf, essentially, right? So their currencies, UK all the way down to Canada, was already getting clapped. So yeah, in a weird way, it was priced in. I hate to be that guy, but I think it's fascinating, and I just think this highlights, because this is a big deal, right? But I think it just highlights how big the dollar and currency move has been in the last couple of weeks leading into all of this. So that's why anywhere from here, whether the dollar tops out or not, I mean, we will see, my friends. But that is key number 2. Keep an eye on the dollar and these main factors. And now, key number 3, beyond just this broad stuff, we're going to get data to react to tomorrow. So you get the jobs data, some of it. The whole week is all about jobs data. Non-farms are going to be on Friday. Remember, the stock market is closed on Thursday, so it's going to be a short week still. But the jobs data tomorrow will be the JOLTS jobs openings. Then you're going to get the ADP payrolls, and then on Friday, you're going to get the non-farms. And now here's the deal. This whole week, maybe this is enough to get us to 5. You have the CPI next week, so maybe you're going to need that 1-2 punch. So we'll see what happens there. Or maybe, again, it is the ism. And now that's the thing. So there's 2 things I want to point out. One, well, we'll talk about the ISM here in a little bit, but the first one, don't forget, CPI, that happens next week. Jobs are going to be this week. But all of this data is still for 2024. So even though the calendar says 2025, even though you're so excited and bought a gym membership, the data for the economy is all still from 2024. So you're going to be behind. So don't forget about that. But other than that now, the other part of the data, if it's not the jolt stuffs that really gets us moving, it's the ISM. And now here's the deal. This is what I wanted to show you. Where is it? I need my other chart because they snuck it in, damn it. So do you guys know what tomorrow is? Jolts are going to be, again, like what, 30 minutes after the bell? Yeah, right? Is that 10 a.m. Eastern? So 30 minutes after the bell, you're going to get the Jolts jobs opening. But here's the deal. Tomorrow is ISM services. Why is that weird? Does anybody have an idea? So tomorrow is ISM services. Why is that weird, live chat room? I call you out on the gym membership. Hey, man, you got to do what you got to do, bro. I'll see you in March. I'll see you in March. We'll talk about that gym membership in March, homeboy. Yeah, look at now you got to go for 3 months just because I said that. It's early. No, it's not today. No. So why it is odd is because ISM services comes after ISM manufacturing. So why wasn't there ISM manufacturing today? Because ISM manufacturing was on Friday. Yeah, you thought you could sneak that in on me? And it's not tomorrow. Yeah, what? I pay attention. We're that gold Canadian star. So why is this important, though? So why am I does ISM, I'm making a big deal about ISM. I'm making a big deal of ISM manufacturing. First day back. Pop quiz, homeboy. You all just failed. If this was Squid Game, eliminated. I'm eliminated all of y'all. What, you think you could just shut up all of a sudden? Yeah, what? Eliminated. Now give me the damn. I won't play the Squid Game music. I'm just kidding. That's Nvidia. Is that the Squid Game music? Player 369 eliminated. Is that Lil Jon? 369! Okay, I'm sorry. The guys on the recap are going to hate me. But welcome back. I missed y'all. I hope you know that because y'all know don't even get me started on the entertaining nature of this stock market that we employ ourselves in every day. But that being said, why is ISM important? And why I've gone to, again, why am I trying to sniff out the ISM manufacturing? Because remember, ISM manufacturing has a correlation, the highest correlation between the non-farms. There you go, Suchar. He already knows, baby. So that's the reason why. So as always, the ISM is a really good indicator of the jobs. Even last time, remember, the jobs numbers went up. ISM manufacturing shot up. Now, ironically, last time you had an ISM manufacturing here, the 2 months, it was like a 200,000 gap. So I'm expecting a strong jobs report on Friday, but the last time from the ISM manufacturing, it was a very large range. And then ISM services, it does have the ability to move the bonds. And again, they're already on the cusp. So JOLTS, jobs data, ISM, factor it into Friday. You know, if things are going to spook the bonds in dollar, I mean, this will be the data. But the only thing is, like I'm saying, it's the data from last year. So why is that important? Because it may just still follow the trend. Data and people have been a little bit more optimistic, but again, it's not like anything drastically different has occurred here economically in the last like 30, 45, even 90 days, for crying out loud, except for the election and anticipation. So we'll find out, but that'll be our driver tomorrow. I'm sure you're going to get a lot of headlines in the morning and then 7 hours of stories after that. But now, let us get into the plays. So, right off the bat, I'm going to try to run through these. We didn't do much, but I got a couple of ideas here. Again, we'll see where this... they said the Nvidia Keynote is starting, but I think they lag in, so perfect time. Jensen can wait for me, but as far as play number one, baby, right off the bat, KRE. So why? Double or triple dip? Remember, we had some nice post-election KREs, and then we moved those to TLT, and that TLT play is not doing as good. I should have taken those profits, but the silver lining is all of them sold. I don't know if you realized. So whether or not I put it in the TLT or not, anywhere, if you didn't sell out when we sold the ARC and the Beto and all that, that was kind of one of your first tops there from the post-election. So we sold out at a good time, put some of that, all the money in the TLT, kept the 1,000 profit on the side. Still holding that. That gives us time to March. They're not doing as well, but looking at KRE today, I noticed the banks started off good. They woke up really, really fresh today. But fact of the matter is, if you go look at KRE and the banks, KRE specifically, the regionals, they are right back to where they were at the election. So you're like a little bit above the election zone. So yeah, if you want to double dip now, think about it. It's been a couple of months. All the premiums have died. You could get more time closer to the money, but if you want to double dip, that would be it. You had news today that Michael Barr, believe it or not, Mr. Vice Chair of Supervision, is resigning. Isn't that wild? So it did actually move, and then it came back. So this is what I was saying, though. It was like a big piece of news, but I didn't, how much it would live, it was, like I was saying, man, I don't know. Taking a break, I was just telling you, man, a lot of things, there's a lot of, news and headlines, but they're, really stories. The fundamental nature of things aren't changing. It could, lead into stuff, but, man, it's, we're having just a yap fest, and until, real economic change happens, I mean, bro, we are coasting. Welcome to the gigantic boat. But fact of the matter is, KRE, it may benefit a little bit off of Barr resigning. Why? Just because, or all the banks, it could just delay the deregulation. But fact of the matter is, that whole broader bank trade, deregulation now, and if you want to double dip on the Trump trade, this might be an idea. So this caught my eye. I don't have any plays on it. I'm going to keep my eyes out for it. So we will see what happens, but that is going to be play number one. Then play number two, Editas. So I only grabbed 200 shares of this. This was the small biotech play I made before the end of the year. They were supposed to have quarter 4, 24, some update. They never had it. And then they announced at the beginning of the year that they're presenting at the JP Morgan Health Conference on January 15th. So am I telling you about this play to tell you about Editas? Kind of. I have the play. You could look into it. I mean, I'm not really that crazy. Again, I have $300 into it playing the catalyst, but what you really should be focusing on is January 15th. JP Morgan Health Conference, you're going to see a lot of plays or a lot of random biotechs. If they present data, you may get some of those pops and some of those names if they haven't had data and they were on that calendar for 24. then this may be where they present. Vanny, I don't know. I got to double check if they're going to be there. I'm actually still in that one, but Vanny, we're waiting, I think, on the phase 3. So it's going to be a make it or break trial on them. But remember, they did good on the last time they presented, but we are just waiting. And then if they do good, I think that thing will get ready to go. But if not, again, make or break. So hopefully not, but we will see. But that is play number 2. Main point, watch January 15th, JP Morgan Health Conference. That's what you're going to want to take a look at. And then finally, what we are about to watch here in a little. Do you guys want to watch it? I could answer some questions. I don't know if they have started it yet, but it should. It was supposed to start, I believe, like 10 or 5 minutes ago. Oh, no, it's not even 6:30. It's going to start in 5 minutes. Oh, we got perfect timing. Oh, I'm ahead of schedule. Beautiful. So, yeah, we could even answer some questions. But Nvidia and Mag 7. I don't know if you guys have noticed so far to start the year, but you guys realize like Mag 7 and Nvidia has been on an absolute tear to start out. Literally, I think Nvidia is up 10% to start the beginning of the year. So I don't know how you feel about that, but remember the charts I was showing you yesterday, there was underperformance over the last 6 months out of Mag 7. Go take a look after today. I mean, again, that could have been what lifted us up with everything going on. But, dude, literally, like, the way you have Meta up, rocketing, Amazon, Google, Nvidia, a lot of those, like, 6 months underperformance, they ran up. So, yeah, maybe it is the event. Maybe it's going to be CES right now. That could make some waves if they start talking new products and guidance and get everybody, like, hyped up, especially after a year of running off of a lot of anticipation, you know. Maybe it makes waves. Maybe it disappoints, but there is a big move on Mag 7 to start off the year. It's undeniable, especially after 6 months of lagging. So let's see how these events play out. Maybe we'll get something, and then, you know, after that, we will see what happens, my friends. But at the end of the day, Chatadonia, we will see where it takes us. And then my only other play, I forgot one more part. My only play that I made today, I sold out of my ghetto quantum plays. So I sold those Q scalers. So remember, it was like a month ago, bro. But the quantum hype hit. Like I told you guys, and someone asked me about it today. They were like, I wish you talked more about robotics. And like, I like iRobot and I like certain companies, but like, you know, the timing of when we talked about these quantum names, I don't think you guys, like, do you guys realize? Go look at that video and go look. All of these stocks were at like a crazy price. Every single one of them. The timing of when we talked about it was what you needed. You don't need to fall in love with this, and I'm not like I even told you, I bought the damn this isn't even a real quantum play. That's how you know the hype is there. I even talked about this because I was like, man, if I even bought the shitty non-one, you could only imagine what's going to happen next. But the whole point is, I'm down to talk about it, but you guys got to realize it was the timing. I'm not saying this is about the long term, and I don't really care about these for the long term. This is just one of those things that eventually these headlines are going to stop. It all started with the Google quantum shit. So all you got to watch out for is Google and quantum waves. Eventually, one at a time, they're going to slow down, but it's all going to be about the timing. So if you want to play it, you trade it, play your dips and all of that, but point is, I said, hey, if you could get cheap plays, make it free, or wait till the next premium crush. Just keep in mind, like, look at what happened with the KRE. Look at what happened with the ARC. Look at what happened with the Beto. Guess what? You guys realize you could buy all of these options cheaper. You know that, right? Oh, I don't know if y'all feel me. Do you get what I'm saying? So if this quantum hype doesn't die in 3 months, why are you being such a jackass? You see what I'm saying? 3 months, 6 months, you get another Google headline. That means, 9 out of 10 of them will run. 7 out of 10 of them will run. You get what I'm saying? Or do you get, like, so you don't have to, like, FOMO. You don't want to pay triple to what we were talking about these shitty stocks on the watch list. All I'm saying, you kind of wait till it has a moment where it's not going to move for, like, a couple of weeks, and then you're going to be able to buy all of the options, and then you could double dip if you want and then play the next wave of the hype. So at this point, I'm really just looking out for the next quantum play. I made my ghetto quantum play free. They went up 150%, bro. So that's it. That just means that's, dude, this play is a battery play. It has nothing to do with quantum. It is just in the name. So I rest my case. And that's the whole point. So make it free. We got free ones. You don't need to, again, I like making shit free. Again, you don't have to risk too much to play the craziness. And now we'll see where the double dip and next quantum thing is. But other than that, my friends, that is all. Yeah, QS was the ghetto quantum play. I know, it's very, very wild. But other than that, my friends, we have the keynote. Is it beginning? Oh, I think perfect timing. You have any questions? Victory! I'm sorry, man. And after watching, like, dude, I'm sick of this. You know why? Because they need to get damn Mr. Beast to put on these keynotes. You know that? That's how I feel about all of this. At this point, because we watched that AMD one live. It wasn't a good one on AMD. And then Intel thought it was a good idea to make fun of their accents. So I thought that was very tasteful. But, oh my gosh. I think I don't know, this music. I like the Mr. Beast music a little bit more. But yeah, in the meantime, until this begins, if you guys want to listen to it for a little bit, do you have any questions? Oh, how did the long term do last year? And what's the goal for this year? The long term was great. I believe on the year is like 20%. We could go double check on it, but the goal was to increase the dividend. I didn't really have a target. I don't know if you're familiar, but, you know, we've had years where the long term went down. And, you know, it's not really about it's great if we make money on the long term, but we are still in accumulation. We want to grow that long term. So it was a blessing. It came back, 2 years in a row. It was an awful year in 2022. It went up. It outperformed. It was great. But the real main goal was to grow the dividend by 50%, and we did it. So, yes, we ended last year with like $4,000 in dividends, and my goal was by the end of the year to have, coming into this year, $6,000 of dividends. I wanted to grow our dividends by 50%. Why? Because we did that every year. So that is where it is, and I'm going to make a video for you guys. We'll go over all of it, but I do have a problem because I don't know. Maybe I'm doubting myself. I found a way to do it. It's going to be difficult, but essentially it's going to be very hard to grow the dividend by 50% again. So that means, if my dividend right now, we're getting about I think it's like $6,100. But if we're getting like $6,100 a year annually in dividends, I'd have to pretty much increase my dividend by $3,000 this year. So it's possible, but I would have to literally put every deposit into a dividend paying stock that was yielding 10%. What? So yeah, it's going to be even if I did it in I would have to go with Walgreens, and I don't know how I feel about that. Or I'd have to put every deposit, maybe even get a loan, and I'd need MO. If MO dropped. So if Altria dropped a couple percentage points, and yeah, we could do it with MO maybe if MO dropped. So yeah, it's going to be tough. I think at the very least I could grow my dividend by 10%. I think that's a fair goal. But at the end of the day, that's where I'm at. And I don't know if I want to grow dividends as much this year. I mean, the only problem I have is that yields are very high. If Jerome Powell makes a U-turn, I would love high yields in cash. So we invested a lot, and that's why maybe we'll take it slow. I'm still going to focus on value. But at the end of the day, I do I like dividends, but, I do like good value plus dividends since we went hard on them over the last couple years, and it did good. So, yeah. Am I okay with ETFs? At one point, I will be. We're going to make an ETF random account eventually, or an ETF long-term, but I'm going to go into that on my own pace, and maybe that's its own learning lesson in and of itself, if you think about it. So we'll see. Bargain bin 25. Well, the bargain bin is going to be deceptive in 2025 because the bargain bin right now, I mean, we just started the year. So you got to really kind of just, you're still comparing it to like 2024 more or less. So, or 2023. So I think all of the names that we talked about, those like 100 or so names that were down, the dollar trees. I talked about it today. Who did I like? I liked NVO. I think that was a gift for the end of the year. Who was it? NVO. Oh, Hershey's, Nike, maybe Intel if they didn't make racist comments towards AMD. Who else? There was a couple more. UPS. Oh, yeah, Pepsi and Coca-Cola. So there's good names. Pfizer's up a little bit from the bottom. Oh, no, you got to wait for the bonds. I mean, I wouldn't say it's bad, but, you know, if you want something, you know, crazy from there, I don't know, or a little bit more. I think you could get something better. Like, so I don't think O is a bad play. The only problem with O right now without bond stabilization, Hershey's. That's the other one. Thank you, Derek. Hershey's, yes. But the problem with, what's it called? What was I just saying? Oh, now I'm thinking of LeAngelo Ball's song. I'm like, let me take it for show. What was I just saying? Oh, man. I got a lot going on. Oh, yeah. O and bond stabilization. Thank you. Yeah, so like, listen, I don't think O is bad. I want you to understand the situation, though. It's just if you buy O and the bonds go through 21 to 22, you know what I'm saying? And it like gets all messed up and you don't have that. Like worst case scenario, you have a year or two of all that money you could have put into O. It's just going to do nothing, maybe even go down where you could have just bought something that might have a great year. That's it. And then you'll get 5% dividend. That's all. Do you get it? That's it. O is not going to go bankrupt. O has zero risk. Like literally, I don't think O has zero risk of like going bust in like a '08 crisis. It's not a company like that. They bought all of their effing property in the 80s and the 70s, and their mortgages are really, I could pull you all of their mortgages if you want, and I could prove it to you. It's not, they're not like I don't think they're at risk of bad credit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think that's the problem. I think bonds will make their problem worse and all of that, but at the end of the day, yeah, your opportunity cost is the problem with O. I just don't think you're going to miss out on anything if the bonds aren't stable, if that makes sense. And then you could spend a year or two buying O, just like we bought Intel, Pfizer, MPW. We bought other names and they killed it. But if you put money there and it doesn't go up, that could be your underperformer. So if you're cool with that, then there you go. Other than that, I'm not scared of O. I just think you can maximize. Now's not the time for it. I think you could plant corn instead of wheat, if you know what I'm saying. And I think you'll get a better yield when it's all said and done. So if bonds stabilize, my idea will change. Who the hell is my hairline doing up here? What? Okay, anyway, my bad.
Today, Nvidia is pioneering breakthroughs in AI and accelerated computing that touch nearly every person and every business.
Hey, Intel, you got any
Thanks
jokes?
to his leadership, Nvidia's innovations enable advanced chatbots.
Hey, Intel, you got any white jokes?
Software-defined vehicles.
Hey, Intel
huge
Gaming.
Virtual worlds, hyper-synchronized
What's
factory
up, bro?
floors, and so much more. Wang has been named the world's best CEO by Fortune and The Economist, as well as one of Time Magazine's 100 most influential people in the world. But the fact is, like for all of us in this room, our success and his success was ordained. Jensen started out working at a Denny's as a dishwasher.
You guys want to bet?
And a busboy.
I bet you they're going to show like a montage.
And he said that the
You know what I'm
lessons
saying?
he's learned there, the value
He gonna wear a
of
leather
hard work,
jacket in every clip.
humility, and hospitality.
You gonna see him
are
thumbs
what
up
helped
his
him
first
keep the
car,
faith and persevere
that's
through some
it,
of
then him with the
NVIDIA's
data
own
center.
challenges. In just a few minutes, we'll hear from NVIDIA founder and CEO Jensen Huang on his unwavering vision of the future and where we're headed next. Stay tuned and have a great CES.
Intel, any jokes? Oh, that's it! What in the Joe Biden? That's crazy. What do you mean? There's no way. He's going to come back, right? That was crazy. I wanted a montage. I thought we were going to turn up right there. So, all right. Well, that was the intro. Any other questions in the meantime? We were having some long-term discussion there. Yeah, I think that O thing is very important. You? Oh. Mm-hmm. Well, do you guys know isn't he releasing the 5000 series graphics cards? I don't even know if they're going to talk about, what's it called? I don't even know if they're going to talk about, like, data centers and, like, AI. I think this is a graphics card, the 5000 series, the Black series is what they're going to be releasing. I don't know. Where all of my tech junkies at? I think you guys know a little bit more than I do when it comes to this topic. May talk about quantum. Oh, yeah, you might. Maybe you'll hear a partnership again. There's one name today, ARBE. That was your small cap today that ended up running on that news. They partnered with Nvidia. Dumping, but Nvidia up. I mean, if anything, I think the what's it called? I think Nvidia, the market's dumping, but Nvidia's holding you up a little bit more. Again, all of these Mag 7 names to start off the year, I think that's where you actually got any sort of lift as of recently. I know, why didn't they have AI generate some tracks? If this was Google, they would have. AMD. I think AMD's at an interesting spot. I mean, I don't know about the long term. People loved asking me that one. If it goes down a little bit more or a lot more, but even for like a short term, I mean, if chips start picking up and people kind of get, excited on this, then I think that actually could be good. But other than that, it was interesting. They had that event. I forgot what they released today, but it didn't really get you going too crazy. Yield max, pay good dividends. Well, remember, anytime you go for yield, you run the risk of sacrificing equity. So as long as you're cool with that, that's just the rules of the game. Coming back now. Oh, that's weird. What did they do the break for? Oh, they gave a warning, photosensitive warning. You may have epilepsy. If you have epilepsy, don't watch or something. What are they planning on doing? What is this? I'm scared now. Did we buy Fubo? No, I didn't buy Fubo. Oh, but 6 a.m. we talked about the news with Disney. None of this rhymes. It's a song this time. Did that answer the question? But yeah. Oh. I should have went. I would have just, who's touching me?
This is how intelligence is made.
What in the fake Morgan? They AI'd Morgan Freeman?
A new kind of factory.
Is it Morgan Jensen?
Generator of tokens.
Morgan Huang.
The building blocks of AI.
Jensen Freeman.
Tokens have opened a new frontier. The first step into an extraordinary world, where endless possibilities are born.
What are tokens
transform words into knowledge
AI
and breathe life into images. They turn ideas into videos.
This don't end with Autobots uniting. I'm gonna be pissed.
and help us safely navigate any environment.
Directed by Cameron
Tokens
Bay.
teach robots
Michael
to move
Bay.
like the masters. Inspire new ways to celebrate our victories.
A martini, please.
Call him right up.
Thank you, Adam.
This is literally
Give us
from that
peace of
space
mind
movie.
when we need it most.
Hi,
Oh,
Marcus.
hell no. Ain't no
Hi,
Dr.
Anna.
Fox.
Good to see you again.
Hi, Emma. We're gonna take your blood sample today, okay?
Don't worry, I'm gonna be here the whole time.
That's crazy.
They bring
That's how you
meaning
gonna
to
know if you're
numbers
rich or poor, depending on what animal your doctor
to help
robot
us
is.
better understand the world around
Like,
us.
man, I got a rat dentist. This is bullshit. Only one HMO coverage. Bullshit.
Predict the dangers that surround us. And find cures for the threats within us. Tokens can bring our visions to life.
You know damn well there's like an 18-year-old crypto kid out there right now,
Lost.
and he thinks he talking about fart token. You know what I'm saying? It's not a different token. Just in case you don't know.
They help us move forward.
I thought now's a good time to step in and
One small
hit
step
y'all
at a
with some
time.
information to keep you on track. This is not an NFT, dog. No, he ain't talking. No, a
And
different
one giant
token.
leap. Together.
I mean, listen, I'm making jokes. I don't want to be closed-minded. But it was just a bunch of random movie clips with a fake-ass Autobot voice.
Here
But let's see what happens.
is where it all begins.
You know, I don't know. I'm very excited. I'm not as pessimistic as that sounds, but, you know, just that's the
Welcome
reality.
to the stage, NVIDIA founder and CEO, Jensen Huang.
Why ain't y'all do this at the Sphere? I'm just a hater. Leather jacket. Is that a new one? Shinier.
Welcome to CES.
Oh, there. That's alligator. Oh, that's
Are you
so
excited
fuck
to be in Las
no.
Vegas?
Dog, that's not a leather
like my
jacket. That's a
jacket?
fucking croc. That's $100K, bro.
I thought I'd go the
That's
other
at least
way
50.
from
I know
Vegas
a guy who got that. He bought that from
I'm in Las
fucking
Vegas
Bijan
after all.
on Rodeo
If
Drive.
this doesn't work out.
Oh, that's
if
a
all of you
fucking
jump-
crazy ass jacket.
Well, just
He don't have a
used to
brand.
it.
That's a
I really
$100K
think you
jacket.
have to
Somebody
let this
quote me.
sink in.
Find out that jacket. That's
In
a
another
Croc
hour or
skin.
so, you're gonna feel good about it.
That's why it looked like it's covered in
Well,
Diddy oil.
Welcome to NVIDIA. In fact, you're inside NVIDIA's
No.
digital twin,
No,
and we're going to take you
this guy crazy.
to NVIDIA. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to NVIDIA.
That's next level.
You're inside our
That was
digital
not what the leather jacket looked like last year.
twin. Everything here is generated by AI.
Not that jacket.
It has been an extraordinary journey, extraordinary year. And it started in 1993.
Ready, go!
With NV1,
Okay, different type of
we wanted to
montage.
build computers that can do things that normal computers couldn't. And NV1 made it possible to have a game console in your PC. Our programming architecture was called UDA, missing the letter C until a little while later, but UDA, Unified Device Architecture. And the first developer
watch.
for UDA,
If you never
and the
listen to
first
Jensen,
application that ever worked on UDA,
he like low-key gets
was
mad if you don't clap.
Sega's Virtual Fighter.
Just watch.
6 years later, we
That's
invented
a Tom Ford. Nah, it's
in
too late.
1999,
It's too
the
late.
programmable GPU.
He ain't wearing no Tom Ford.
And it started
It's Jensen Huang, you think?
20 years,
Nah, this
20
ain't Drake,
plus
bro.
years of incredible
Jensen.
advance in this incredible processor.
I think
called
that's
GPU.
insane. He pulled up in a
Made
croc.
modern computer graphics possible. And now, 30 years later, Sega's Virtual Fighter is completely cinematic. This is the new Virtual Fighter project that's coming. I just can't wait. Absolutely incredible. 6 years after that, 6 years after 1999, we invented CUDA so that we could explain or express the programmability of our GPUs to a rich set of algorithms that could benefit from it. CUDA initially was difficult to explain, and it took years, in fact. It took approximately 6 years. Somehow, 6 years later or so, 2012, Alex Kershevsky, Ilya Sutskever, and Jeff Hinton discovered CUDA, used it to process AlexNet, and the rest of it is history. AI has been advancing at an incredible pace since. Started with perception AI. We now can understand images and words and sounds. To generative AI, we can generate images and text and sounds. And now, agentic AI. AIs that can
that's
perceive,
the agent shit we've been talking about.
Plan, and act. And then the next phase, some of which we'll talk about tonight, physical AI, 2012.
So it's going to be bullish for Tesla.
2018, something happened that was pretty incredible. Google's Transformer was released as BERT, and the world of AI really took off. Transformers, as you know, completely changed the landscape for artificial intelligence. In fact, it completely changed the landscape for computing altogether.
Physical AI, bro.
We recognize properly.
I'm getting me a robot to do laundry.
A new application.
Like, it creeped me out, but I'm doing it.
Business
I'm fine with that.
But AI, more importantly, machine learning enabled by transformers, was going to fundamentally change how computing works. And today, computing is revolutionized in every single layer, from hand coding, instructions that run on CPUs to create software tools that humans use. We now have machine learning that creates and optimizes neural networks that processes on GPUs and creates artificial intelligence. Every single layer of the technology stack has been completely changed. An incredible transformation in just 12 years. Well, we can now understand information of just about any modality. Surely you've seen text and images and sounds and things like that. But not only can we understand those, we can understand amino acids, we can understand physics. We understand them, we can translate them, and generate them. The applications are just completely endless. In fact, almost any AI application that you see out there, what modality is the input that it learned from? What modality of information did it translate to? And what modality of information is it generating? If you ask these three fundamental questions, just about every single application could be inferred. And so when you see application after applications that are AI-driven, AI-native, at the core of it, this fundamental concept is there. Machine learning has changed how every application is going to be built, how computing will be done, and the possibilities beyond. Well, GPUs, GeForce, in a lot of ways, all of this with AI is the house that GeForce built. GeForce enabled AI to reach the masses. And now, AI is coming home to GeForce. There are so many things that you can't do without AI. Let me show you some of it now. That was real-time computer graphics. No computer graphics researcher, no computer scientist would have told you that it is possible for us to ray trace every single pixel at this point. Ray tracing is a simulation of light. The amount of geometry that you saw was absolutely insane. It would have been impossible without artificial intelligence. There are two fundamental things that we did. We used, of course, programmable shading and ray traced acceleration.
Yeah,
to
man,
produce
that looks
incredibly beautiful pixels.
It does look real, but like
then we have artificial
I
intelligence.
thought Madden 1999 looked
condition
realistic as hell when that came
by
out.
that pixel
So
to
there is a
generate
barrier.
a whole bunch of other pixels. Not only is it able to generate other pixels spatially, because it's aware of what the color should be, it has been trained on a supercomputer back in Nvidia, and so the neural network that's running on the GPU can infer and predict the pixels that we did not render. Not only can we do that, it's called DLSS, the latest generation of DLSS also generates beyond frames. It can predict the future, generating 3 additional frames for every frame that we calculate. What you saw, if we just said 4 frames of what you saw, because we're going to render 1 frame and generate 3, if I said 4 frames at full HD, 4K, that's 33 million pixels or so. Out of that 33 million pixels, we computed only 2. It is an absolute miracle that we can computationally using programmable shaders and our ray tracing engine, to compute 2 million pixels and have AI predict all of the other 33.
China to ban using local standards
incredibly high performance
to restrict market
AI
competition.
does a lot less computation.
Huh?
It takes, of course, an enormous amount of training to produce
You got
that,
some China
but
news.
Once you train it, the generation
They will
is
ban and
extremely
correct
efficient.
profit-seeking
This is
law
one of the
enforcement
incredible
and
capabilities of
judicial
artificial
actions.
intelligence, and that's why there's so many amazing
They will
things that are
prevent
happening.
introduction
We
or implementation of
use GeForce
policy
to enable
that
artificial
hampens fair
intelligence, and now
competition.
artificial intelligence is revolutionizing GeForce.
Reform of rural
Everyone,
and
today
collective
we're
commercial
announcing
construction
our
land.
next generation, the RTX Blackwell family. Let's take a look.
Interesting. Yeah, China to strengthen crackdowns on excess charges by firms. We live in a sad world where people want graphics cards that sound like that, and they want their car to go bzzz. Why are you revving your graphics card, dog? What the fuck? I don't want to get yelled at.
Here it is. Our brand new GeForce RTX
Nice.
50 series.
My whole
Blackwell
computer just
architecture.
lost 20% of
The
its
GPU
value.
is just a beast.
Woo!
92 billion transistors.
Computer just got dated right in front of my eyes.
1,000 TOPS.
Awesome.
4 petaflops
Fuck yeah.
of AI.
Put a peta what?
3 times
Oh,
higher than the
oh,
last
oh, oh,
generation
the peta
AI. And we
teraflop.
need
Okay,
all of
wow.
it to generate those
I
pixels that I
thought.
showed you.
I said Jensen.
380 ray tracing teraflops so that we
Diddy-
can, for the pixels that we have to
Diddy
compute,
Dre graphics
compute
card
the
is
most beautiful image you possibly can. And
Yeah,
of
the
course,
flops, the flops, the
125
petaflop.
shader
Duh.
teraflops. There's actually a concurrent shader teraflops as well as an integer unit of equal performance. So 2 dual shaders. One is for floating point, one is for integer. G7 memory from Micron, 1.8 terabytes per second, twice the performance of our last generation. And we now have the ability to intermix AI workloads with computer graphics workloads. And one of the amazing things about this generation is the programmable shader is also able to now process neural networks. So the shader is able to carry these neural networks, and as a result, we invented neural texture compression and neural material shading. As a result of that, you get these amazingly beautiful images.
Wait, so the graphics card has a Blackwell chip in it?
To learn the texture,
learn
the compression algorithm,
am I comprehending
and
that?
as a result, get extraordinary
Because that
results.
seems pretty dope. That's
Okay,
kind
so
of
this
crazy.
is-
I don't know how much it's
this
going to
is,
cost, but
the brand new RTX.
yeah, that's pretty wild. How?
Blackwell 5090.
Interesting.
Now, even the mechanical design is a miracle. Look at this. It's got 2 fans. This whole graphics card is just one giant fan.
See, my card
You know, so
doesn't
the
even
question
have
is,
2
where's
fans.
The graphics card is literally
You know
this big.
that? My card.
The voltage regulated design is state of the art. Incredible.
Nah,
design.
Jensen drive a
The engineering
V12
team did a
Ferrari.
great job. So here it is.
With a jacket like that, he said, fuck the environment. I'm a billionaire.
Okay, so those are the speeds and feeds. So how does it compare?
Oh.
Well, this is RTX 4090.
No, yeah, he have a V16.
I know.
It's not even
Many of you
V.
have
I'm
one.
too poor for that one. Got a V6. It's a W at that point. See?
I know it.
There's levels to this
Look,
shit, dog.
It's $1,599. It is one of the best investments you could possibly make.
Not anymore.
For $1,599,
What do you mean? You just
bring it home to your $10,000 PC entertainment command center. Isn't that right? Don't tell me that's not true. Don't be ashamed. It's liquid cooled, fancy lights all over it. You lock it when you leave. It's the modern home theater. It makes perfect sense. And now for $1,500,
you guys all gentrified Oakland. It makes a lot of sense. Yeah, you guys.
Upgrade that and turbocharge the living.
This guy, he's about to lose touch.
With the Blackwell.
He'd be like,
fan
come on, my
RTX
jacket costs.
5070.
What are you guys tripping about?
4090 performance at $549.
Oh, what? That's really cheap. Compare. You guys were just saying 2K.
Impossible without artificial intelligence.
What?
Impossible without the.
It's
4
impossible without
TOPS,
Elon
4
Musk giving us
teraops
$8 billion for the big ass. That's
AI
very
tensor
cheap.
cores. Impossible without the G7 memories. Okay, so.
Oh, that's, yeah,
5070,
AMD's going to get
4090 performance,
fucked. Dude, that's dirt cheap.
$549, and here's the whole family. Starting from 5070 all the way up to 5090.
Oh, okay, that's the
5090,
beginning.
twice
Entry
the
level.
performance of a 4090.
So, yeah, $2,000 for the, like, crazy one.
Starting.
But that's still a great
Of course,
starting
we're
price.
Producing at very large scale, availability starting January. Well, it is incredible, but we managed to put these in
Pretty wild.
gigantic performance GPUs.
The base
to
model
a
500,
laptop.
but not
This
bad.
is
That's
a
still very.
5070
I
laptop.
don't know. I think the base model
For
4090s
$1299,
were like what,
this
1100 or
5070
whatever.
laptop has a 4090 performance. I think there's one here somewhere.
Yeah, you couldn't get them at. You could get them at MSRP a
show
little
you
bit. It
this.
took a little bit.
This is a. Look at this thing. Here, here. There's only so many pockets. Ladies and gentlemen.
Kill another crocodile.
So can you imagine? You got this incredible graphics card here, Blackwell. We're going to shrink it and put it in there. Does that make any sense?
Clap.
Well, you can't do that
He's in
without
here, man.
artificial
Clap.
intelligence.
They didn't
The
clap
reason
enough for that.
That is because we're generating most of the pixels using our tensor cores. So we ray trace only the pixels we need.
You got petaflops
we
and tentacle,
generate
bro.
Using artificial intelligence, all of the other pixels we have. As a result, the energy efficiency is just off the charts. The future of computer graphics is neural rendering, the fusion of artificial intelligence and computer graphics. And what's really amazing is, oh, here we go. Thank you. This is a surprisingly kinetic.
Wait, are they making their own laptop?
And what's really amazing is the family of GPUs we're going to put in here. And so the 5090 will fit into a laptop, a thin laptop. That last laptop was 14.
Or he's saying it'll fit into it.
14.9
If they make an
millimeter,
NVIDIA branded
5080,
laptop,
5070 Ti,
Intel's
and
fucked.
5070. Okay, so, ladies and gentlemen, the RTX Blackwell family.
Pretty impressive. It's not, I don't know. Good price point too, but I don't know.
Well, GeForce brought AI to the world, democratized AI. Now AI has come back and revolutionized GeForce. Let's talk about artificial intelligence. Let's go to somewhere else at NVIDIA.
Where do y'all keep the crocodile?
This is literally our office. This is literally NVIDIA's headquarters.
It's literally not.
Okay,
That's
so
not.
let's talk about AI.
You guys know that we all
The
misuse
industry
the word literally.
Is
I do it a lot
chasing
too,
and
literally.
racing to scale artificial intelligence. And the scaling law is a powerful model. It's an empirical law that has been observed and demonstrated by researchers and industry over several generations. And the scaling law says that the more data you have, the training data that you have, the larger model that you have, and the more
Micron, I
compute that
forgot.
you
You're
apply
Robin
to
Hood
it,
after hours, huh?
the more effective or the more capable your model will become. And so the scaling law continues. What's really amazing is that now we're moving towards, of course, and the internet is producing about twice the amount of data every single year as it did last year. I think
So if you guys, for the young guys, this is the fuck around and find out chart.
More data
Oh,
than all
they
of
already
humanity
went to
has
play
ever
just for
produced,
AI.
since the beginning.
So you
And
need
so
more
we're
like
still
computing
producing
power
gigantic
to like
amount
fuck
of
around more.
data,
That's what he
and
was
it's
trying to
becoming more
highlight.
multimodal. Video and
And how they're able to
images and
like
sound.
find out
All
more
of that
without
data
fucking
can be
around that
used
much.
to train the fundamental knowledge, the foundational knowledge of an AI. But there are, in fact, two other scaling laws that has now emerged. And it's somewhat intuitive.
Yeah, what?
The second scaling law is
I've never seen this
post-training
economic
scaling
chart
law.
in my life.
Post-training scaling law uses
They're
techniques like reinforcement learning, human feedback. Basically, the AI produces and generates answers based on a human query. The human then, of course, gives a feedback. It's much more complicated than that, but that reinforcement learning system with a fair number of very high-quality prompts causes the AI to refine its skills. It could
What song?
fine-tune
Oh,
its
I don't
skills
flip a
for
coin.
particular domains. It could be better at solving math
We
problems.
love the surprise.
better
Micron's up
at
9?
reasoning, so on and so forth.
Jeez.
And so it's essentially like
Is Intel going
having
down?
a mentor or having a coach give you feedback.
Because this is either going to help
after
or
you're
hurt
done going to
Intel.
school.
And
So
then,
you
I don't
test,
know, I think
you get
AMD
feedback,
will
you
probably go
improve
down
yourself.
too.
We also have reinforcement learning AI feedback, and we have synthetic data generation. These techniques are rather akin to, if you will, self-practice. You know the answer to a particular problem, and you continue to try it until you get it right.
That
So
shoot through
an AI can be
Intel.
presented with a very complicated and a difficult problem that is verifiable functionally, and has an answer that we understand. Maybe proving a theorem, maybe solving a geometry problem, and so these problems would cause the AI to produce answers using reinforcement.
Intel
learning.
going to come out with
It
like a
would learn
pedal
how to improve itself.
processor.
That's called post.
So you got to pedal it.
Post-training requires an enormous.
I
amount
told
of
you, man,
computation,
even the way they
but the
diss
end result
just
produces
shows the lack of
incredible models.
creativity at that
We
company
now have a third
and lack of
scaling
innovation.
law. And this
They didn't
third
even
scaling
have
law
like a
has
nerdy
to do
joke.
with,
Like they
what's
were going to
called
try to
test time
diss the
scaling.
competitor,
Test time scaling is
and they
basically
didn't even do
when
it
you're being
creatively.
used. When you're using
They
the
literally
AI,
like, let's make fun of their
the AI
accents.
has the ability to now apply a different resource allocation. Instead
That's
of
crazy.
improving its parameters, now it's focused on deciding how much computation to use to produce the answers it wants to produce. Reasoning is a way of thinking about this. Long thinking is a way to think about this. Instead of a direct inference or one-shot answer, you might reason about it. You might break down the problem into multiple steps. You might generate multiple ideas and evaluate. Your AI system would evaluate which one of the ideas that you generated was the best one. Maybe it solves the problem step by step, so on and so forth. And so now test time scaling has proven to be incredibly effective. You're watching this sequence of technology and all of these scaling laws emerge as we see incredible achievements from ChatGPT to O1 to O3, and now Gemini Pro. All of these systems
Hope you got a good workout.
are going through this journey.
Bro, I'm not going to lie to you. I think I could become the CEO of Intel. I'm thinking about this whole thing. I'm watching this NVIDIA thing. Like,
is incredible.
We should just do this at this point.
We would like, in fact,
Intel, they need some young blood in there, bro.
To scale the amount of computation to produce more and more novel.
I think I could actually become the CEO.
Intelligence, of course, is the most valuable asset that we have, and it can be applied to solve a lot of very challenging problems. And so, scaling law. It's driving enormous demand for NVIDIA computing. It's driving enormous demand for this incredible chip we call Blackwell. Let's take a look at Blackwell. Well, Blackwell is in full production.
Oh.
It is incredible what it looks like.
Is he going to hint? Remember those delays that they were talking about last time?
See
if there's a mention of that.
Provider now have systems up and running. We have systems here from about 15 computer makers. It's being made about 200 different SKUs, 200 different configurations. They're liquid-cooled, air-cooled, x86, NVIDIA Grace CPU versions, NVLink 36 by 2, NVLink 72 by 1, whole bunch of different types of systems so that we can accommodate just about every single data center in the world. Well, these systems are being currently manufactured in some 45 factories. It tells you how pervasive artificial intelligence is and how much the industry is jumping onto artificial intelligence in this new computing model. Well, the reason why we're driving it so hard is because we need a lot more computation. And it's very clear that
he will create the matrix.
Janine?
Oh, he's going to get pissed. So where the fuck is Janine? Thanks, Janine. I was getting frustrated, Janine. Don't pay you $12 million a year.
Hard to tell.
Do stock options for you to fucking...
your hands into a dark place.
Oh, sorry. Janine.
Hang on a second. Is this a good idea?
Janine has to, like, lift it up. We didn't see Janine back there, but she had to do a lot of work. Oh, damn. He's not even laughing. Oh, he's going to get picked. Clap!
Wait for it.
Oh.
Wait for it.
Oh, he's going to get pissed.
I thought I was worthy.
Told you. He does not like it when they... So you know how much money I made, you guys?
Didn't think I was worthy.
Yeah, see, I told you he does not know how to handle the lack of the rejection.
This is my show and tell.
It's okay. I've been there, bro. It's okay. Don't worry. It's a learning process, no matter how good you are. Don't worry.
This right here.
It's a personal battle. It really is, bro. You can have billions of dollars. I'm telling you, I don't know what to tell you, bro.
It is 1.5 tons. 600.
What just happened? What I told you was going to happen.
Approximately equal to 20 cars.
Oh, man.
120 kilowatts. It has a spine behind it that connects all of these GPU together. 2 miles of copper cable. 5,000 cables. This is being manufactured in 45 factories around the world. We build them, we liquid cool them, we test them, we disassemble them, ship them in parts to the data centers because it's 1.5 tons. We reassemble it outside the data centers and install them. The manufacturing is insane. But the goal of
he's not losing momentum. It's just I think he's genuinely excited by this.
That this level
but you know damn well all of us looking at this circuit board ass thing.
Improves the performance per watt.
I'm not. All I see is him holding a solar panel shield
performance per dollar
and a circuit board, and he's like really geeked about it. And I'm like, I'm listening to him, but the images aren't matching up in my head.
Cost of training these models by a factor of 3.
That's it. I hear him, though.
The size of your
Thank God for the English language and comprehension.
Thing is this. These are generating tokens that are being used by all of us when we use ChatGPT or when we use Gemini, use our phones in the future, just about all of these applications are going to be consuming these AI tokens. And these AI tokens are being generated by these systems. And every single data center is limited by power. And so if the perf per watt of Blackwell is 4 times our last generation, then the revenue that can be generated, the amount of
better not be a petaflop.
Data center is increased by a factor
You know what I'm
of 4.
saying?
And so these AI factory systems really are factories today. Now the goal of all of this is so that we can create one giant chip. The amount of computation we need is really quite incredible. And this is basically one giant chip. If we would have had to build a chip, here we go. Sorry, guys. You see that? That's cool.
Oh.
Look at that. Disco lights in here.
Oh.
Okay. If we had to build this as one
Good,
chip,
good.
obviously
Keep moving,
this
keep
would be
moving,
the
keep
size
moving.
of the wafer. But this doesn't include the
He
impact
need me
of
in his
yield.
ear.
It would have to be probably 3 or 4 times
You don't got a
the
headset.
size. But what we basically have here,
you got to bite him
is
up.
72 Blackwell GPUs or 144 dies. This one chip here is 1.4 exaflops. The world's largest supercomputer, fastest supercomputer, only recently, this entire room's supercomputer only recently achieved an exaflop plus. This is 1.4 exaflops of AI floating point performance. It has 14 terabytes of memory, but here's the amazing thing. The memory bandwidth is 1.2 petabytes per second. That's basically the entire internet traffic that's happening right now. The entire world's internet traffic is being processed across these chips, okay? And we have 130 trillion transistors in total, 2,592 CPU cores, whole bunch of networking. And so these, I wish I could do this. I don't think I will. So these are the Blackwells. These are our ConnectX.
I don't know about dead internet,
chips.
Terry. I think
These are the NVLink.
sounds like you're going to have the infrastructure for a much larger internet.
Okay. And
If that makes any sense.
HBM memories. 14
That's
terabytes
crazy.
of HBM memory. This is what we're
Because
trying
then
to
these
do.
AI
This is the
chips,
miracle.
imagine all the data they're
This
going to
is the miracle
produce
of
and
the Blackwell
everything, and then
system.
these chips could
The
handle it
Blackwell dies right
and
here.
all of it.
It is the largest single chip the world's ever made. But yet, the miracle is really, in addition to that, this is the Grace Blackwell system. Well, the goal of all of this, of course, is so that we can, thank you, thanks. Boy, is there a chair I could sit down for a second?
You want a chair, Jensen? Wait, stop giggling. Breathe.
Can I have a Michelob Ultra?
There you go. That's good. That's good. You're in Vegas. That's why he's wearing the He's wearing the jacket. He's in Vegas.
How is it possible that we're in the Michelob Ultra Stadium?
He's like, how do I
like
have
going to
$10
Nvidia
billion
without a
in
GPU
cash and I still get thirsty? The fuck is this?
So
We're gonna
we
exaflop
need an
that.
enormous amount of computation because we want to train larger and larger
Okay.
models.
So I'm sure you gotta
And
take a
these
shit after this too, bro.
inferences-
Calm
these
down.
Inferences used to be one inference, but in the future, the AI is going to be talking to itself.
He asked
It's
for
gonna
a
be
chair
thinking.
and got a water. Okay,
gonna
there's
be
a lot
internally
going on,
reflecting,
bro.
processing.
I got mad
So
the water
today,
wasn't a beer because he's
when
in
the
a
tokens are being
stadium
generated at you,
named
so
after the
long as
beer.
it's
This
coming
he's just,
out
he's not strange. He's just
20
really
or 30
smart
tokens
and
per
like
second,
this
it's
probably
basically as
isn't
fast
his
as
main
anybody can
job.
read. However, in the
Even though we
future,
love him.
And right now with GPT-01, with the new.
It's actually very logical what just
Gemini
happened.
Pro
I
and
don't
the
know.
new the 01,
See
02
his train
models,
of thought.
They're talking to themselves, reflecting. They're thinking. And so, as you can imagine, the rate at which the tokens could be ingested is incredibly high. And so we need the token rates, the token generation
Like, you
rates.
just gotta speak
go
Jensen.
way
He
up.
probably speak his
And we
own
also have to
language.
drive the cost way down.
That's what I do to my girl. Like, I'll just say random shit and she know. I'll be like,
extraordinary. The cost
I need the chair. It's cold.
And
then she'll know to give me a hat and a
that's the
water.
fundamental
It's just like,
purpose,
you know what I'm saying?
reason
She'll go,
why we
and I just like,
created
okay.
Well, one of the
Weird, we in a
most
place
important
called
things that's
Hat
happening in the world of
Stadium, and there's
enterprise
not a hat,
is
but
agentic AI.
fuck it.
Agentic AI basically is a perfect example of test time scaling.
Okay, see,
It's
this
a
is the shit.
AI,
He
it's
could,
a
agentic
system
AI.
of
He can
models.
kill it.
Some of it is understanding, interacting with the customer, interacting with the user. Some of it's maybe retrieving information from storage, a semantic AI system like a RAG.
Trump
maybe
could
it's
do
going
3
on
hours.
the-
Yeah,
to the
Trump
internet.
has
Maybe
been
it's,
rejected by the
studying a
world, okay?
PDF
He has
file.
something more to
So it
prove.
might be using
Jensen is
tools, it might
loved,
be using a
okay? It's different.
calculator, and it might be using a generative
You're
AI
comparing
to generate
man
charts
to
and
a
such.
hot girl. It's
And
a different
iterative.
lifestyle,
It's
bro.
taking the
Different
problem
lifestyle.
you gave it, breaking it down step by step, and it's iterating through all these different models. Well, in order to respond to a customer in the future, in order for AI to respond, it used to be ask a question, answer starts spewing out. In the future, you ask a question, a whole bunch of models are going to be working in the background. And so test time scaling, the amount of computation used for inferencing, is going to go through the roof. It's going to go through the roof because we want better and better answers. Well, to help the industry build agentic AI, our go-to-market is not direct to enterprise customers. Our go-to-market is we work with software developers in the IT ecosystem to integrate our technology to make possible new capabilities, just like we did with CUDA libraries. We now want to do that with AI libraries. And just as the computing model of the past has APIs that are doing computer graphics or doing linear algebra or doing fluid dynamics, in the future, on top of those,
What is up with this little Jensen AI changing outfits?
We'll have AI libraries. We've created 3 things for helping the ecosystem build agentic AI. NVIDIA NIMs,
He's just like
which are
20
essentially
Jensen.
AI microservices all packed up. It takes all of this really complicated CUDA software.
Making like little eye movements. I look it up.
Cutlass or TensorRT-LM or Triton or all of these different really complicated software, and the model itself, we package it up, we optimize it, we put it into a container, and you could take it wherever you like. And so we have models for vision, for understanding languages, for speech, for animation, for digital biology, and we have some new exciting models coming for physical AI. And these AI models run in every single cloud because NVIDIA's GPUs are now available in every single cloud. It's available in every single OEM. So you could literally
I'm
take
gonna go
these
pee while
models,
this plays.
integrate it into your software packages, create AI agents.
He
that run
loves
on
this part, though. He's good
Cadence,
at
or
this part.
They might be ServiceNow agents, or they might be SAP agents, and they could deploy it to their customers and run it wherever the customers want to run the software. The next layer is what we call NVIDIA NeMo. NeMo is essentially a digital employee onboarding and training evaluation system. In the future, these AI agents are essentially digital workforce that are working alongside your employees, doing things for you on your behalf. And so the way that you would bring these specialized agents these special agents into your company is to onboard them, just like you onboard an employee. And so we have different libraries that helps these AI agents be trained for the type of language in your company. Maybe the vocabulary is unique to your company. The business process is different. The way you work is different. So you would give them examples of what the work product should look like. And they would try to generate it, and you would give it feedback. And then you would evaluate them, so on and so forth. And so and you would guardrail them. You say, these are the things that you're not allowed to do. These are the things you're not allowed to say. And we even give them access to certain information. Okay, so that entire pipeline, digital employee pipeline, is called NeMo. In a lot of ways, the IT department of every company is going to be the HR department of AI agents in the future. Today, they manage and maintain a bunch of software from the IT industry. In the future, they'll maintain, nurture, onboard, and improve a whole bunch of digital agents and provision them to the companies to use. Okay, and so your IT department is going to become kind of like AI agent HR. And on top of that, we provide a whole bunch of blueprints that our ecosystem could take advantage of. All of this is completely open source, and so you could take it and modify the blueprints. We have blueprints for all kinds of different types of agents. Well, today we're also announcing that we're doing something that's really cool and I think really clever. We're announcing a whole family of models that are based off of Llama. the Nvidia Llama Nemotron language foundation models. Llama 3.1 is a complete phenomenon. The download of Llama 3.1 from Meta, 650,000 times, something like that. It has been derived and turned into other models, about 60,000 other different models. It is singularly the reason why just about every single enterprise and every single industry has been activated to start working on AI. Well, the thing that we did was we realized that the Llama models really could be better fine-tuned for enterprise use. And so we fine-tune them using our expertise and our capabilities, and we turn them into the Llama Nemotron suite of open models. There are small ones that interact in very, very fast response time, extremely small. They're what we call super Llama Nemotron supers. They're basically your mainstream versions of your models. Or your ultra model. The ultra model could be used to be a teacher model for a whole bunch of other models. It could be a reward model, evaluator, a judge for other models to create answers and decide whether it's a good answer or not, basically give feedback to other models. It could be distilled in a lot of different ways. Basically, a teacher model, a knowledge distillation model. Very large, very capable. And so all of this is now available online. Well, these models are incredible. It's number one in leaderboards for chat, leaderboard for instruction, leaderboard for retrieval. So the different types of functionalities necessary that are used in AI agents around the world, these are
Oh, shit. I'm muted? Oh, well, guys, I was going to say, yeah, I love you. But if you like Jensen, unfortunately, I'm not an AI. I have to go eat food. That's it. I got to eat food. I got to sleep. I got to lay down my pretty head on the pillow. Yeah, GG's, baby. But great second watch list of the year. I'll keep counting until we forget to. Well, we're back, baby. Welcome to 25. I will see you guys in the morning. It'll take you there right after this. Or you could go run it up. Go out and spread the word. Go out and be the salt of the world, man. You could go out to all the Nvidia chats and tell them about the Nemo flop, TARIFF flop, So that's it, baby. Watch every watch. God bless you, baby. I'm going to pop quiz you. What's up? No, I love you, man. God bless you. And now it's game time. That's it, baby. So get some rest. I love you all. Thank you again for being here. Y'all have a wonderful evening. God bless you all. And hard. Oh, that sounds good. There you go, baby. You guys have a great one. Peace. Oh.